Okay, good morning to all of you. Already 16 have joined. So let me.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Let me remind. Okay, in the last class, I have given you people a task or a numerical problem that needs to be solved by you people, right? And how many of you have done it? Raise your hand. That how many of have tried to do it or done it or have a result? Raise your hand in the chat box or in the participant box actually, so I can see that how many of you people have done it. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. So only 9 people have done it or having a result. So what is the problem with the other people? Means why, whether they have tried it or whether they don't have any answer, whether they forget about it that I have given an assignment, or you people have not bothered to do it. What is the reason with other people? Let me ask Satish first. Satish Chaudhary. Satish Chaudhary. Are you present, Satish, or you have just joined and left the phone in somewhere, please? Okay, so I am not getting answer from Satish. Okay, so I will look into that later on. Let's go for okay, Abhishek Kumar Verma.
Yes, sir.
What is the problem? Whether you don't try it or you have forget about all the things, what is the problem?
So, question.
Yes, I have given a numerical problem in the last class that needs to be solved by you people.
Yes, sir. We have a channel with 1 megahertz bandwidth. The SNR for this channel is 63. What is the appropriate bits?
Okay. Wait.
Signal level.
Whether you have done it.
Yes, sir. Half, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Sir, I have done, but
okay, fine. Okay, I will see the answer and the thing. Okay. So let me first ask all the participants who have done it. I can see many hands here. What is the result you people have get? Okay, there are two parts I have given, that what is the appropriate bit rate and what is the signal level. There are two things that need to be calculated. So for the first part, what is the appropriate bit rate? What is the answer you people have get? What is the answer?
6 Mbps.
6 Mbps.
6 Mbps.
Okay, 6 Mbps.
Yes, sir.
So everyone is having the result of 6 Mbps or anyone is any other result? Everyone is 6 Mbps? Anyone with any
Yes,
other result?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
I don't need to tell the solution again because all of you have got the answer correctly. 6 Mbps is the correct result. So appropriate bit rate, that is for the problem. Appropriate bit rate, that is 6 Mbps. Fine. Okay. And what about the second part? What answer did you people have get in the second part? That is the signal level. What is the signal level?
8.
4.
Sir.
8.
Eight.
Okay.
8, sir.
8.
Sir,
8, sir.
8.
Okay. Someone is saying, means most of you are saying 8, right? And I have
Yes.
heard one is saying about 4. So who is saying 4?
Yes, sir.
Ravi Shankar, right?
Yes, sir.
Ravi, I would like you to tell us the solution, that how you get 4 here.
Sir, by Nyquist formula, we put the value. Then I got 4.
Okay, so what is the Nyquist formula? That is, we have the value given here. So the lower side means we have for the better performance for the Shannon formula that give us 6 Mbps is the upper limit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
okay, let me give the problem or tell you the solution. So the answer is 4 actually. Those who are getting it 8 is not correct. I'm trying to explain it that why it is 4. Right. The thing is in the appropriate bit rate, right? In the by the through of Shannon capacity formula for the first one, the appropriate bit rate, we are getting a result of 6 Mbps. Now the given values or the channel is that for the given the channel we have a bandwidth of 1 megahertz and SNR is given as 63, right? Now we need to calculate the signal level, and signal level does not or we cannot calculate signal level with the help of our Shannon's capacity theorem, right? Because in Shannon capacity theorem there is no such term as signal level, but we do have a formula to calculate the signal level, that is our Nyquist theorem, right? So in the Nyquist theorem we can have a formula, we can have a term that is L referred as signal level, right? And the formula is bit rate equal to 2 into bandwidth into log L with the base 2. Now, we have got a bit rate in Shannon's capacity theorem that is a 6. But Shannon capacity theorem is required or is dealing with the noisy channel. But when we are applying the Nyquist theorem, Nyquist formula, we are considering the channel is noiseless, right? Because Nyquist theorem is considered on the noiseless channel. So this Shannon formula, this 6 Mbps, this is our upper limit or the appropriate maximum bit rate limit, that is helping us, right? So 6 Mbps is the upper limit. But while we are calculating the L with the help of this Nyquist theorem, we are trying to choose a lower part or having a lower value, that is called a 4 Mbps. We are considering because our range that is fixed, that is a 4 Mbps. Right. Means so calculating for the Nyquist formula with the help of, so the value or the respective thing is that 4 Mbps equal to 2 into what is the bandwidth? Bandwidth is given as I think
1
1
megahertz.
megahertz.
1 megahertz.
1 mega.
So bandwidth is 1 megahertz, and for the
Megahertz.
we need to calculate this log L. So if we are just trying to calculate this log L with respect to this, so what happened that L value will be something like 4. The L value will be something like 4, right? So the value of the signal level is 4 here. The value of signal level is 4 here, right? Not 8. So those who have got 8, it is not 8 actually. I think most of you have got 8 because you have calculated the appropriate bit rate with respect to 6. If I'm not wrong, because you have calculated the bit rate with respect to 6. So I think that's why you are getting the result as 8. Okay. Now, okay, fine. So I can see that you people have tried at least. Okay, so you can all of you can raise your lower your hand. So you have tried it. That is the most important thing. So answer may be correct, may not be correct. That is not an issue. To try it, or you people have tried it. This is the important thing here, because if we are not trying, then we cannot achieve the particular result or we cannot go for it. Fine. Now moving to the next part or the next topic of today, that is performance. We are dealing with the network communication, data communication. We are dealing with the channels. We are dealing with so many things, right? Performance is the criteria or the factor to deal with these things. Why performance? Whatever the task, whatever the thing we do in our practical life, performance is actually related in each and every cases. How we can say that? Because suppose just going with you people, that I have given you people a problem to solve, and you people are trying it. Some of you have tried it, some of you don't bother to try it, and those who have tried it, some of them succeeded and some of them may not. That is not an issue. But the performance here is that those who have tried, they got a better performance. Means better performance with respect to the marks that they will, that it is going to help in their exam. If this type of problems comes into the exam, you people will be able to solve it, and those who didn't bother to do it, they will not be able, or there is a problem. So performance will be verified at the end after we are studying all the things. Similar to that, the performance is also important factor here in the part of data communication. To measure this performance or the network performance, what is the term that we use here? To measure this network performance, we use the term that is bandwidth. To measure the network performance, what we use the term that is the bandwidth. So what is bandwidth? We all know that. We have a lot of discussion here. So bandwidth is a measurement or the characteristic that measure the network performance. This bandwidth can be calculated in two respected ways. This bandwidth can be calculated in two respected ways, right? What are the two ways? It actually depends. These two ways actually depends on the two signals. One is for analog signal and one is for digital signal. For the two signals, there are two ways by which this bandwidth actually depends on, right? So for analog signal, if we go for the bandwidth of analog signal, what happened? This bandwidth of an analog signal is actually measured in hertz. Bandwidth of analog signal is measured in hertz, and bandwidth of digital signal is actually measured in BPS or bits per second. So there are two different units. For analog, it is hertz. For digital, it is bits per second. Now, what is the difference? If we are going for an analog signal, this bandwidth is expressed in the terms of its frequency. In case of analog signal, it is actually expressed with the term called frequency. So it is actually expressed with the term called frequency. So the frequency here, how it can be measured, that is, suppose it is the difference. This frequency or the bandwidth is calculated with the difference of minimum frequency and the maximum frequency. This bandwidth can be calculated by the difference of the maximum frequency and the minimum frequency, right? So suppose a channel, okay, just give me a second. A channel, it is presented here, and suppose it is starting from this particular part and going up to this particular part, right? And we are actually achieving this with the help of this. And okay, so suppose it is as the value is given here as 1,000 and it is given as 5,000. It is given as 5,000. Suppose this is termed as amplitude. Okay, this is termed as amplitude and this is termed as frequency. These are the two parts. We have an amplitude part, we have a frequency part. Now, minimum frequency, it is given here. This is my minimum frequency and this is my maximum frequency that is presented here. Now, as I said that in the part of analog signal, the bandwidth is expressed as a term frequency, and how it is calculated? It is calculated by the difference of minimum frequency and the maximum frequency, or by the difference of maximum frequency and minimum frequency. So tell me, you people tell me that by this given diagram, I have drawn a diagram where I have mentioned some frequencies and amplitude, we have a value. What is the bandwidth for this particular scenario? What is the bandwidth for this particular diagram? What is the bandwidth?
Sir, 4,000.
4,000. Because bandwidth in analog signal, this is the analog signal we are calculating, and bandwidth in analog signal, it is expressed by the term of it is calculated by the difference between maximum frequency and the minimum frequency. So maximum frequency here is 5,000 and minimum frequency here is 1,000. So it is mentioned as 4,000 hertz. So we can calculate a value of analog signal with respect easily by this analog signal with the by the difference of maximum and minimum frequency. So I'm just trying to show you that how this bandwidth of an analog signal can be calculated. And with respect to the bandwidth of digital signal, it is described or it is expressed by the term of BPS, that is bits per second. And we have always heard, we always check that the speed of internet whenever any company is trying to promote their network speed, or if we're trying to check our speed of internet speed via any speed checking or speed test. Okay, we have Ookla speed test, we can do it online. So we always get a result in Mbps. The upload speed is this Mbps, the download speed is up to this Mbps. So this we can, from that we can think or we can understand that when we are calculating a speed or whatever the value we are getting with respect to Mbps, that the signal here, it is a digital signal. The calculation is going in or the calculation is doing on a digital signal, right? So bandwidth of a digital signal is expressed with the term of BPS or bits per second, right? Now this particular bandwidth or this performance, the term performance is actually talking about one important part, that is the bandwidth. Second is throughput. The term throughput, I think it is known to all, because I think in previous class I have already told you people that what is throughput. So anyone remember that what is throughput, or I should tell it, I should tell it again? So can anyone tell me what is throughput? What is throughput? Okay.
Sir, number of output per input.
Satish again.
Sir, number of outputs per input.
Number of output per input. Can you explain that term? I am not able to understand. So the throughput, it is actually measured, or we can say this throughput is measured by that how much data or how fast we can send the data through a network. How fast we can send a data through a network, it is termed as throughput. So how much data can be sent, or how fast the data can be sent through a network, is known as the throughput. So this bandwidth is measured by bits per second. Bandwidth is measured by bits per second. Now the amount or the pass, how much data can be, how much amount of data can be passed through the network is known as throughput, right? So suppose this bandwidth or throughput, we have a link of a bandwidth with 1 Mbps, right? Suppose we have a bandwidth, we have a link of bandwidth with 1 Mbps speed. But a device with respect to, suppose you have a Wi-Fi, you have a home connection of net, but the devices that are connected, suppose your mobile is connected through that particular network, and that device can only send a data with the speed of 200 kbps. The device is able to handle or to send the data with the speed of 200 kbps. So it means, so we have a connection of
Sir,
speed. Yes.
Sir, can you please explain throughput again?
Okay, so the throughput is that how fast we can actually send a data through a network. how fast we can actually send our data through the network. Now, if we go for the example, we have a connection of 1 Mbps that is available, means the connection, the medium that is available for sending the data, that permits us to send the data with a speed of 1 Mbps, but it is not your throughput. The channel is providing us the capacity or the speed of 1 Mbps. So maximum amount or maximum speed that can be achieved here, that is 1 Mbps, but it depends, this throughput is depending on the devices or the system by which we are connected, from where we are trying to send the data. Now a mobile is connected with that particular network and we are trying to send the data through that mobile. Now this mobile have a capacity to send a data over that particular 1 Mbps network, that it can send maximum at 200 kbps. It can send maximum at 200 kbps. So the throughput here is that the 200 kbps, it is the actual, that how fast this, by this 200 kbps we can send the data from that particular devices, from that particular devices. So this means that we cannot send more than 200 kbps through that particular link from that particular devices, because that device is only capable of sending the data of 200 kbps. But whereas the channel is permitting us for 1 Mbps speed, the channel is have a bandwidth or 1 Mbps speed, right? Okay. So this throughput, it can be calculated easily by the frames, that how much package, how much data we are trying to send, and how much it is carrying. Each frame is carrying how much bits. So a network, there is two things, that the network speed, the bandwidth. So suppose a network bandwidth is having of 1 Mbps, as I said, and it can only pass some particular frames amount, average of particular by per minute or by a particular time instant, and each of the frame is carrying a particular number of bits, right? So by this we can calculate the throughput. So we can say the calculation of throughput, or the formula for the calculation for the throughput, is that average number of frames that can be sent. So we can write throughput as average number of frames that is sent in 1 minute, or that is sent in one time instance, multiply with respect to that how much frame it is carrying, or how much bits, each frame is carrying, So these throughputs can be calculated by average number of frames that is sent in one time instance with respect to how much bits in each frame is carrying. So how much bits each frame is carrying. So this, by this two value, if we have these two particular value, we can calculate the throughput easily, right? So suppose an example, suppose a numerical problem, if we go for that. Suppose a network with bandwidth of, no need to write it in the copy, it is very easy, we can do it by the discussion. Okay, no need to write it anywhere, I'm just telling you the problem, I am giving you the number, just do it and tell me, no need to calculate it anywhere. Very easy problem. So a network with bandwidth of 10 Mbps. So I am writing all the things here, so it will be very understandable. So bandwidth of 10 Mbps, right? The network bandwidth of 10 Mbps, and each of this, this 10 Mbps, by this 10 Mbps, average of 12,000 frames, can be sent in per minute, So average of 12,000 frames can be sent in per minute, and each of these frames carrying average of 10,000 bits. Each of these frame carrying average of 10,000 bits. So I repeat again that the bandwidth or the speed is 10 Mbps. Average of 12,000 frames can be sent in per minute, and each of these frames are carrying 10,000 bits. So what is the throughput of the network? What is the throughput of the network? So throughput, how we can calculate this throughput? What is the result?
12,000 into 10,000.
12,000 into 10,000. Okay. And one thing I have just forgot to mention here, that is by a particular time instance divided by the time instance. So what is the time instance given here? That is average of 12,000 frames in per minute. We can send a data of 12,000 frames in per minute. So per minute means we are trying to convert it into a second part because the these are the smaller unit. So for the calculation for this, that is 12,000 into 10,000, right? With respect to divided by 60. So what will be the value?
Sir, 20 lakh.
20 lakh. So we can consider it that is a 2 Mbps. So this is the value, or this is the throughput of this particular network. So this is a particular scenario. This is very easy. So calculating a throughput will not come into the larger scenario. Maybe it comes into the MCQ part. Okay, because nothing, no such huge type of problem related to throughput cannot be done. It is very easy. So our MCQ may come to your exam, right? Next, another to measure the performance, another term that is included here. We have discussed about two terms, that is bandwidth. Second one is throughput. Third one, that is actually the criteria. The third important part, that is the latency or delay. The third important topic that we can talk about here, that is the latency, or we can say that is a delay. Give me a minute. So this latency, what is latency? First we need to know that this latency defines, or this latency is saying that how long it is taking for an entire message or for the data to completely arrive or completely reach to the destination from the source. So latency, how the latency can be calculated, or what is latency? Latency is the time, or how much time it is taking for the entire message to completely arrive at the destination from the source part. So this is what latency is. From the starting point of the source means the first bit sent from the source side to the last bit that is received by the receiver side. The whole time is known as the latency. I repeat again, latency, the first bit sent from the source side, that is out from the source side, the first bit, till the last bit reach to the receiver side, till the last bit received to the receiver side. In between, the whole time is known as the latency. So this latency is actually expressed, or latency can be said by 4 terms. Okay, what are the 4 terms? This latency can be expressed by first one, propagation delay. Latency is described by 4 times. First one is propagation delay. Second one is transmission time. Third one is that queuing time actually, queuing time. And fourth one is the processing delay. These are the 4 terms. These are the 4 terms that actually used for the measurement of this latency: propagation time, transmission time, queuing time, processing delay. So processing delay means how much time it is taking to process, how much time it is taking for the process. So how much the distance, if the distance is much bigger, so it is, the delay will be larger. Queuing time, that everything that will need to be queued in one place, because from where the source is sending, one byte at a time, some particular bytes at a particular time instance, right? The whole message cannot be sent in one time frame. So for each time frame, a particular part of the message is going to be sent. So it needs to be stored. It needs to be queued at a one particular place. So that is the queuing time. So where the thing is queued, how much time it is queued in the buffer, that is known as the queuing time. Transmission time, the medium, the time that is taking for each of the time, for each of the frame to cover the path, to cover the transmission medium, that is the transmission time. And propagation time, it is defined that how much time it is required for the total travel from the source to destination. So this propagation time, we can say that it can be covered by the distance by the propagation speed. So it is the formula, or it is a very basic formula we can use to calculate this propagation time. Main thing here we need to calculate, that is our propagation time. That is the distance divided by the term that is propagation speed, distance by the propagation speed. So this is the formula by which we can actually calculate our propagation time, and this is depending on the medium and the frequency of the signal. So how much, what is the medium, what medium we are using, the total path, how much long is the path, and the frequency, what is the frequency of the channel. So depending upon this, the propagation can be calculated, the latency can be calculated, right? Propagation time, transmission time, as I said, the time required for the transmission of a message. So it depends, this transmission time is depending on two things: size of the message, bandwidth of the channel. Size of the message and the bandwidth of the channel. The propagation time is the transmission time is depending on two things: the size of the channel and the bandwidth of the channel, right? Then there is another queuing time, that is the time needed for each device to hold the message and can be processed. As I said, that we cannot transfer one message at a whole time. So we need to buffer it, you need to queue it in a particular buffer from where the message will be transferred. So how much time it is stored in the buffer, how much time it is queued in the buffer, that is known as the queuing time, right? And last one is the processing delay, that the routers in the intermediate, if the path is too long, if the intermediate path is too long, so there are more number of intermediate devices are present, that is helping us to for the transfer. So this intermediate devices, how much delay it is there, how much time it is taking, much time for the processing. So this is known as processing delay. So by this fourth term, that is our propagation time, transmission time, queuing time, and processing delay. By the summation of these four, we can actually calculate our delay or latency. We can calculate actually our delay or latency. So for each of these, there is a formula, and we can calculate each of the time, right? But due to the shortage of the time, I'm not going to discuss about these mathematical problems today. We are going to be discuss in the next class, but we will do that, no issue on that, because I won't like to or I'm not trying to left anything from where you can score the marks in your exam. So each and every small thing I am trying to cover with the respective topic, right? So another part, so numericals will be done tomorrow. So next part, that is the bandwidth delay product, and we have already discussed about this, the bandwidth and the delay. So these are the terms by which we can actually mention the performance. We can actually calculate the performance. Another thing is that is a jitter. That is, this is a performance issue. This jitter is known as the performance issue. Means if this package, if the data package encountering or having different type of delays, okay, this delays can be done with the time sensitive value. Time is there, some noise is actually, if there is a noise. So these are the reason for the jitter, that is for the performance delay, right? So these are the components that is related, or that is actually related with the performance in digital or data communication in the signals with respect to the signals. These are the terms that is included, right? So up to this, we are going to talk and we are going to discuss. So if anyone have any kind of doubt, they can tell me or ask me. Otherwise, because still this part we are going to discuss from tomorrow in the next class, we are going to do the numericals of this propagation time, propagation delay, each of this, and then we are going to continue with a new topic, right? So anyone with any type of query, anything? Because in data communication only 4 to 5 modules is there, so out of which module 5 is already covered, and we are going to cover each of the other parts, and very soon the cover topics will be end. Okay, so I'm taking much time to discuss each and every topic fully so that nothing can be left, right? So if anyone wants to say anything, anyone wants to ask anything, they can tell me or ask me. And I can see that all of you are quite fast to write your names in the chat box for the attendance. That is good. So all of you have write your names. So anyone, any doubts, any questions, any query?
Sir,
Yes.
so what is the basic difference between the bitrate and throughput?
Throughput and bitrate, right? So the term throughput I have already used, that is to calculate that how much data or how much amount of data can be passed through the network, right? And what is bitrate? This bitrate we can talk about, or throughput is actually measure or the performance for the delivering the load, that how much load it is there, how much time, how much thing it can be taken. Or this bit rate is the data rate, means how much data can be transferred with a particular time. So throughput, as I said, that we may have a channel of 1 Mbps, right? That is permitting us to send the data of 1 Mbps. But depending on the devices, we have the devices that cannot send, or maximum it can send 200 kbps data. So in that particular scenario, we have the channel of 1 Mbps, but we cannot achieve that 1 Mbps because our device is not able to send